I learned I love the creative process. I was starting to guest on shows, and I said, I want to do that. I want to invite people to my stage and have podcasts of my own. So after I'd been interviewed on a podcast and I dropped the line, I was like the drop-in CEO. The podcast host said, "Where did you get the drop-in CEO from?" And I said, "It kind of fell out of my mouth."
Oh,
And he says, "That's brilliant." He says, "What's the backstory for that?" And I said, "Oh, there's a backstory. But after I share that, maybe we could talk about that later." I said, "You know what?
absolutely.
I got to own that." And so off of that came the podcast is the drop-in CEO, and everything else is trademarked and off of that because that's what I do as I drop into businesses and partner with C-suite leaders. Along
Mm.
the while, like you said, wrote a book. I continue to figure out how to run a business, how to get new clients, but it has been the best discovery process and reinvention of myself after a wonderful career